Hi everyone, welcome to Techno Training. On this section, I'll be walking you through how to set up SSH keys and Java project in Azure DevOps. Alright, so let's go through and see what we have to do. Set up SSH key and Java project in Azure DevOps and so on. Alright, so the prerequisite, make sure you set up your project on Azure DevOps. So by clicking this link, you can right click to open the next window. So mine is already set up. Remember on our last section, we set up my web app project. But for the sake of those who might have not opened their account, I'm gonna set up another project. Alright, so let's go to the Azure DevOps right here. So to set up a new project, all you need to do is to click right here, new project, and I'm gonna name this project my awesome app. Alright, click public or private, it don't matter, and you can leave this place empty, then create a new project. You can use this project if you already have it, or if you want to create a new one, then that's fine. So right now I got a new project, so let's go back and see what we have to do. Alright, so step one, create a new project by clicking on the new project, which I already did. So I name it my awesome app. You can use this name as well, it don't matter. If you already have my web app set up on the last section, just keep to step number 2 by creating a repo. Alright, so let me show you how to do that. Alright, so step 2, so let's go back. So this is my new project, my awesome app. All I need to do is to go to click on repo, and it's gonna open this page. Then the next thing you need to do is to go down, so click on initialize readme, and it's gonna pop up this page. So the next thing you need to do is to click on clone. Alright, so let's go back and see let's go back to the instruction page. Alright, so we've done this part. Step 3, click on initialize link and add readme, which I already did. Click on clone link on the top right hand side. So this is right here. Now let me shift this right here. Alright, so I'm gonna click on the clone. Then we want SSH. The HTTPS is open, is public, anyone can download it without any credential, but SSH is gonna ask for credential, so we go for SSH, and it's gonna show you this part. The next thing you need to do is to click manage SSH key. So when you click on that, you're gonna see this place. Then you're gonna click on add new key. So I'm gonna call this one Azure keys 2. I already added one before, but the name don't matter anyway. So the next thing we need to do, let's go back right here. So we've done this part, so we already named our key. You can name it Azure keys, whatever name you choose to use. So alright, so so the next thing we need to do is to go to our terminal and SSH. I didn't have that right here, so make sure you do that part. So the next thing we need to do, let me go and log on to my virtual machine. Alright, so I'm gonna use my virtual machine, the one I set up the last time. Then click on connect SSH. Then it's gonna be here. The next thing, let me show you the shortcut. Just copy the Azure at the rate of your IP, then come to your terminal, do SSH space and paste that. You should be able to log us in. Alright, great. Alright, so now I'm connected to my VM Ubuntu machine. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to run SSH key gen type Y. You enter 4 times. Alright, because it already existed, that is why it's showing me that I have to like override it. But in your case, because you just set up your virtual machine, so you have to generate the key. But if you already have the key, the next thing you need to do is to go to where the key is and copy that. So let me do sudo cat this the SSH /id underscore rsa.pub, and this directory id underscore rsa.pub is where the public key always stores. So I'm gonna do this. So this is all I need, the SSH key. So I'm gonna copy that. So now I'm trying to connect my repository to my virtual machine Ubuntu so they can be able to connect. Remember, we did this on our past lab, which is Git. With our GitHub, we connected our EC2 through SSH to our GitHub. So the same thing we're doing right here, connecting our virtual machine to our Azure repo. Alright, so let's go back to this place and paste. So this is the only way my virtual machine can be able to see my repo. Alright, so I'm gonna click on add. Alright, so let's go back to my awesome app. So the next thing I'm gonna do, let's go back to our, so step 5, to download the empty Azure project on your virtual machine, navigate to the project repo, clone and copy the SSH link and run the below. So simply we need to go right here and and go to repo, click on clone. Now we're back here, we already connected our SSH, so click on SSH and copy. The last task we did was to connect our SSH key on here, so we already did that. Then copy the SSH link right here, go back to your terminal. Let me clear this part. Then do git clone and paste the SSH link. Alright, so now if I do ls, you can see our repo. Alright, I have this already there, so this is my new one. Let me just remove sudo remove. I have my web app. Alright, so if I do ls now, okay, this is all I need. Alright, so let's go back and see what we have to do. So we've done this part. So the next thing we need to do is to install Java and install Maven. We need Maven to be able to package our code and push it down to our repo. So in this case, let's run Java and run Maven real quick. So I'm gonna update my server and running this. Then I'm gonna install Java. If you have Java installed, then you don't have to do that again, but in case you don't have that, so I'm gonna install Java, type Y. Alright, so after that, finish running, then I'll install Maven very quick. Alright, so let me run the Maven. Alright, so Maven is installed. Alright, so the next thing I can do, Maven, check the Maven version. Alright, so Maven is installed. Alright, so the next thing I need to do, I need to navigate to my repo. Alright, so step 7, go inside the project folder. So let me do ls. So I need to navigate inside my awesome app. On your side, it can be my web app, depending on the name that you use. So my awesome app. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to execute this command to build our package, so maybe it can be supposed to build it. Alright, so you need to copy that and run it. Right, so set build success. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to do git status. Step 9, git status. Alright, so saying your branch is up to date, use git add to add it. So let's add it to the staging area by doing git add space dot. Alright, it's being added. Alright, so let's commit git commit -m. Then this message can be anything. my new Azure push. Alright, so git commit -m, that's the important one. Alright, so they tell you, alright, so it shows everything created. Alright, so the next thing we need to do right now is to push this repo back to our Azure repo by doing git push. Alright, so now we are able to push our code back to our Azure repo. Alright, so if I go back right now to my Azure repo, all I need to do is to click this part and you see my awesome web app. Alright, so if we go inside here, you're gonna see the POM file, the SRC, the main file, my web app, my index.jsp, then where you find our code. Alright, so let's go back and see. So if you're able to see this part, you are able to SSH your terminal into your Azure repo, install Maven, and build a package with it, and push that package back to your Azure repo. Alright, so this brings us to the end of this section, and I hope you learn. Thank you.